I need to stop squeaking that. I need to stop moving back because it's going to...
Go like that.
What did you do there?
There you go.
It's all right.
Go backwards.
Whoa! Jesus, man!
Or is it that way?
I don't know.
That way.
I'll just sit still. It's probably the best idea.
I can't remember which way it is anyway.
That's fine. Just start again.
Hello, welcome to Just Brosing. It's me, Ash, and today we have special guest Tom.
You were going to say Cocker then, weren't you?
Tom Cocker.
Yes, that's the unfortunate, embarrassing surname. Not as bad as some though, but there you are. Hello.
There are worse out there.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm sure you've seen him in many videos previous, and he's still here.
Still alive, still kicking.
Yeah, you bet.
Yeah, man. When we first met, we were like vlogging, weren't we? And then we're doing videos on my channel, and then made them all private since. Because looking back, they were very cringy. But yeah, they were. But no, good times.
What your videos on your channel?
Yeah.
Which have you removed now?
I've made them private, I think.
Oh, they still exist.
Because I showed my friends them like when I was at uni and stuff, and they're like, "Oh my god, that's so cringe" and all this, and yeah, just made me get rid of them, and yeah, just forgot all of my childhood memories and teenage memories. But there you go, we're here now as adults.
Yeah,
all these years later on.
2025.
Glad you had to check your watch to check the year. Yeah. You a time traveller?
No.
Not
yet.
Not yet. You never know one day. So how are you, Ash?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I feel like I've led the podcast again. How are you?
It's
like
fine.
you're my guest.
You're used to this stuff, aren't you? You're used to the whole audience.
Well, yeah.
And everything with your lovely job.
Yes, so for context, I'm a magician, so I tour the holiday parks up and down the country, performing my 45-minute family magic stage show.
Plug your content. I
thought you were like imitating me sawing a woman in half or something.
No.
Now, I don't do the big illusions like that. I do kind of like, just like comedy, danger, mind reading, magic, bit of everything really. So yeah, plug my content, why not? So yeah, tour the holiday parks, doing my shows. I love it. And then, as well as that, I do close-up magic for weddings and kids' parties if needed, or any private parties, really.
If you need a magician, call him.
It's quite a long way to come down here for a one-off show, so the fee's got to be right. But yeah. Hit me up at Trixie Tom.
All about the money.
All about the dosh. That's it. Over to you, Ash.
Yeah. Just thought I'd just invite you on, chat.
It's nice. Yeah, should we kind of tell them how we met?
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Do you remember, what's your recollection of it? And then I'll tell you if it's the same as mine.
Well, I know obviously it was through Twitter. I put a tweet about something. I can't remember what. I've got it bookmarked somewhere. I think I was talking about Doctor Who or something, an episode.
See, the way I recall it, at the time I was obsessed with Portal 2. This is the earliest,
was it Portal?
This is the earliest memory I have of talking to you. It was when... I don't know, I was obsessed with the game at the time, and I just went on the search bit on Twitter, or X as it now is. So yeah, I put on Twitter Portal 2 in the search engine, and just, maybe I needed help on a level or something, but I just happened to see your tweet about whatever it was to do with the game. And I replied to you, and then I followed you, or you followed me, and then we started messaging in private about the game. Found out they both like Doctor Who, which is obviously another massive passion of both of ours. And here we are now, just kept in touch ever since.
You've got a much better memory than I do.
Which says a lot. Ask Amy, my girlfriend, she'll say I've got the worst memory ever, which is true. It's weird what I remember what I don't.
I've got the yeah, my memory's awful.
No, I'm getting worse with age. Just past 31 and... Yay. And as soon as I pass 31, every bone is cracking when I move.
It all goes downhill.
On the downward slope, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, 30 is coming up for me.
It is, yeah. It's your big one, isn't it?
So I'll be joining the party soon.
Yeah. Welcome to the club.
Yeah.
The 30s. Yeah.
I bet.
Have you got any plans for your 30th yet?
Not at the moment, no. Yeah. Still kind of deciding what to do.
Yeah.
It's not long ago to go.
No, yeah. Yeah, you got about 2 months.
Yeah.
It'll soon come.
So what led you to going into your magician career?
My magician career. So, basically, we'll start from kind of like when we met. So, I was at college, I think. Roughly, it might have been in school. No, it had been college. College at the time.
Bournemouth.
So college, I was at Chesterfield back home.
Oh, back yeah.
Bournemouth University is where I went to and graduated. And at college and uni, I studied film and TV, or film and media and television at uni. And then, graduated from uni with my degree with TV production. And then during my time at uni, I went on work experience for this kids production company because I wanted to work in kids TV at the time. So did a work experience placement for 1 or 2 weeks for a company that did kids content. And then when I graduated from uni, I think I either applied or they just offered me a place there. I can't remember.
I probably blame them.
Yeah, well, I don't know. But yeah, so I applied to work there. So I did 3 months there in London for the company, and then it came to the 3 month probation, and I realised it wasn't for me because I was more interested in the kind of like on set, on film, on set filming.
Not on the front screen, but in behind the scenes.
Yeah, like on location, behind the camera, filming the content. That's what I was into. But the job that I was doing, it kind of could only offer me kind of like the office work. So the admin and the calling up, different companies to liaise and stuff. And I thought, this isn't for me. And I don't know, it was just like an epiphany. It was like, life's too short. What have I always wanted to do? And when I was a kid, I used to go to the holiday parks with my family, and I always wanted to be a holiday park entertainer. When I was a kid, I'd always say to my parents, I wanted to be that when I'm older. I want to be on stage and doing that. And then I thought, why not just go for it, So
Take the plunge.
Yeah, so I Googled kind of like UK holiday parks, and I applied for, I think only a couple. One was Park Dean Resorts, and the other, I think it was John Fowler, which is the ones I used to go to as a kid. Park Dean got back to me literally, I think, the next day, because they were doing auditions, like, not too far into the future when I applied. And they were like, yeah, come on to an audition, and we'll see how we do. I had no idea what to expect. I'd never gone to an audition or anything like that before. But it's all right. It was in London. I think it was near Camden. And there was a big group of us, and I applied for the host position, because you could apply for different things, so like host, singer, dancer, which I can't do professionally, either of those two. So host is the one.
I can always try dancing.
Well, yeah. Honestly, if you'd have seen me on the party dances, though, when I got the job, yeah, no chance I'd be a proper dancer. I just wail my arms around and there we go. I went to the audition, group of people. We did them like cringy team exercise games where you get to know each other that's there with the audition with you.
Oh, yeah.
And then you had to do, from what I remember, I think it was like a 2-minute piece where you had to host something or talk about something to show your personality and that kind of thing for if you were on stage.
Yeah.
So we went through all that audition process, went back to the TV job the next day. At this point, I haven't told them that I'd done this, and I was planning to leave at the end of the probation. And yeah, literally, I think it was like the next day, I got told that I got a place on one of the parks. We thought, amazing. So finished my probation, and then pretty much straight after that moved down south. To start my first year at Park Dean Resorts, which is one of the two that I applied for. So I did that for 5 years. So I did 2 years down south in Warmwell, in Dorset. Then after those 2 years, I did Kesselland Beach, which is Great Yarmouth, and then Cherry Tree, which is kind of like the same area, but about half an hour away as well. So I did 5 years as a host, and within those 5 years, I wanted to do something else to contribute to. Keep it with my hand in your face, okay.
You'll whack me in a minute.
Yeah, I was like, get out. So everyone else on my team had their own cabaret set, whether it's singing or a dancing set, and I thought, I'm just a host. I'm only like doing the daytime and the evening hosting parts. What can I do to contribute? And I thought, what can I do that's not singing or dancing that I've always been interested in? And magic has always been an interest of mine. And luckily, I had a friend at the time called Sam, who I met or started speaking to a bit like you through Twitter at uni.
All thanks to Twitter and X.
Yeah, thanks Elon. Well, not even Elon. It wasn't him at that point, was it?
Wasn't him at the time.
But so Sam went on BGT in 2014, and he did ventriloquism at the time, and I was interested in doing ventriloquism not as part of the cabaret set, but just to learn it, because I thought it was quite a cool thing to do. So got in touch with Sam, and he'd just come off from his not long after his live semi-final on the show. So I just sat out a general tweet or a DM to him, and I was like, "Hi Sam, I'm interested in learning ventriloquism. I was wondering if you could give me some tips." And he got back to me, which is rare for Sam. He'll tell you that. He was especially back in the day, like apparently really bad at getting back to people, but something about, I don't know what it were, made him come back to me, and we started talking, did a few video chats. And yeah, that kind of is where it started. So did a bit of ventriloquism at uni, not professionally, just as a hobby.
Yeah.
Then got to Holiday Park years later. And I said to Sam again, Sam, I'm working at Holiday Parks now. I'm interested in doing magic. And he'd primarily been a magician for most of his life. So he only did ventriloquism on BGT because he had too many magicians that year. So he was like, I would like you to do ventriloquism. But he'd always mainly been a magician. So yeah, I said, I'm looking at doing a magic show as part of the Cabaret set for the Holiday Park that I do. Where do I start? How can I get into it? Mm-hmm. And yeah, he pretty much just guided me throughout my first couple of years, and the show's just developed ever since. After the 5 years of working as a host for Part Dean, I knew that the magic was the only thing that I really loved anymore out of everything of the job, and I knew I wanted to do it full time. It's just a live act touring the country.
Yeah.
So yeah, I took the plunge a few years ago. I think in 2022 was my first year where I started going solo. Part Dean were really good to me. They kept me on as a live act to trial it out. Got an agent as well for Haven, which is the other park that I mainly do as a full-time magician now. And yeah, the rest is kind of history. So doing about 100 days or 100 plus dates every year now with the parks. Doing my family show, and
that's great.
Yeah, that's how I became a magician. Set up my own kind of like business with sorry, I'm just reaching for my Pepsi. Not sponsored. Other brands are available. The Pepsi is the best. What was I saying?
Yeah, I remember your ventriloquism.
Yes. Ventriloquism. Yeah, because I had the creepy doll, didn't I?
Yeah, the creepy doll.
The old classic Charlie McCarthy doll.
Yeah, well, when I first came out to Chesterfield to come and see you.
There's videos of that, isn't there?
Yeah, there's a video on it on good old, I think it's TARDIS 59.
Probably. Yeah. So yeah, I bought one of them creepy dolls to have as like the ventriloquism hobby section I had in my life. And then I sold it for a magic trick.
Oh, you sold him?
Yeah, I sold him years ago when I was at Warmwell. So it must have been 2018.
Charlie, that's what you named him.
Charlie, yeah. Because it's based off the actual doll, Charlie McCarthy. Google it, you'll see what it looks like. Creepy thing. No one really liked it apart from me. But yeah, I sold him because I wanted a new trick.
Yeah.
For when I was doing the magic at the parks. Which, in hindsight, I wish I hadn't sold it because it's just a cool thing to have, I think, in your house. As creepy as they are, it's a good talking point.
I was going to say, yeah. It may be good for some, but some are like, dolls everywhere.
Yeah, but like puppets have evolved so much. It used to be the ones like I had the hard plastic face and the creepy looking thing, but now you just get like fluffy character puppets that are like more popular these days. It's changed a lot. I'm becoming a lot more popular ventriloquism. Probably again because of BGT. Same with magic. It's become a lot more popular and liked, I'd say. But yeah, I think that's kind of sums up the last 10 years of my life, roughly.
Good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
It's been a mad few years.
Yeah, I bet. No, it's, hearing all your stories that you've been saying along the way, like, it was a good show or it might have been a bad show type of thing. I guess it's different every show.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, 9 out of 10 shows are brilliant. They go down how they should do, get great reactions. You do obviously get the odd one, which is the thing with holiday parks, because some people aren't there to watch your magic show. It's not theatre. You're in their main show bar, but some are there just to drink and chat. Yeah. Which, you can't blame them for. But you do get the odd really noisy one, especially when it's like summer holidays and it's packed out. But luckily you've got a microphone and the good old speaker system which booms over everybody. So those that are interested usually sit to the front, and 9 out of 10 shows. Yeah. Amazing.
Normally, if I'm in that situation, I normally sit near the back, like, get away, I just want to watch it.
Yeah, I know.
Have you had any hecklers?
Ooh, no, not so much hecklers, but if I'm saying something in the show, sometimes someone will shout something out. If, their family members on stage or something, and they'll shout something to them, or guided towards me as like a joke, and with practice and experience, you just kind of get used to it, and you can just feed off it and have a laugh with the audience when it comes to that. But nothing like rude or insulting, no nothing like that. Because I think when I'm on stage, my character is very energetic, upbeat, friendly, so no one really wants to do that, to be honest.
No. Well, you have a good on-stage presence.
Thank you, I do try.
Where, it's good to know that you aren't heckled. 'Cause
Yeah.
obviously, you see, although it's a different genre like comedy, people heckle out God knows what.
Yeah, I think comedy is the hardest thing to do on stage because you're either funny or you aren't, and if you're not funny, the audience will let you know because they will just not laugh and it's silent. No. Whereas for a magician, if the audience is silent, it's usually a good sign, in my experience, because they're just like, how's he done that?
Or the subtle...
Yeah, the gasps are the bits I look for in a show. And
oh, the gasps!
Yeah, I look forward to them. I plant them in the show because I know certain tricks are going to get a great reaction, which is why I keep them in every year. I try and change the show every year to keep it fresh for the audience and myself if they do happen to see me again. But yeah, those bits are the best. It's a stage performer. You can't ask for anything more than when they're, gasping and fully invested in the show.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Obviously, you got, you love all your musicals.
Yeah.
You and Amy, your other half, go to many musicals, which is great to,
Loads, yeah, we do. We go to a lot of shows. I always like musicals ever since definitely my teenage years. Probably as a kid, because the first musical I fell in love with was Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Yes. Banger
after banger in that. I literally know every lyric to every song in that musical.
Yeah, no.
Say I've got a bad memory.
Yeah.
I can recall an hour and a half script in song quite easily.
Yeah. I remember when... early on into our friendship, you're like, oh, Joseph Technicolor Dream, always playing the song like da 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 da, singing to it.
Yeah.
Like,
Joseph, I loved. Yeah, Phantom of the Opera was another favourite as a teenager. And then met Amy, and she'd always been into musical theatre as well, since she was a young age, and found out more about other musicals I'd never heard of through her, and we've gone to see most of them. There's probably not many we haven't seen live now throughout the years, but...
And she's got her own show as well.
Yeah, so she did.
Yeah.
So she was doing this soul show, soul and Motown show with a little group of people, touring actual theatres around the country on not just my oddity parks. She was going proper theatres, doing soul and Motown shows, and she'd done that for a few years, but it's kind of stopped this year for whatever reasons. But she'll probably pick it up again. There's probably going to be more performing opportunities in the future for her to sing. So yeah.
The last musical I saw was Back to the Future.
That was good. Yeah, we saw that a couple of years ago now, I think. Because we went to see that and Mrs. Doubtfire, the musical, on the same day. Back to the Future. the special effects on that, so good.
Yeah,
really good.
The end is very good.
Yeah.
Won't spoil it for those who haven't watched it, but it's very good. Although I would like to a bit more, come on the original soundtrack a bit.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple more hints towards it. And I know they've got to make it refresh with all the musical songs.
Yeah.
But rather than the beginning at the end of having the kind of theme. Maybe just a bit, I don't know.
Yeah, it's always the way with musicals and refreshes, because I went to take my mum to see Sister Act the musical last year, and she's always liked the films, so I thought, that'd be great for a birthday. So I got us tickets for that, and I'd seen it once before in London, when me and Amy went a few years ago, and I thought, Mum, this will be right up her street. And then after the musical, when we came up, she was like, I thought there'd have been more songs from the film. And I know it's like an original soundtrack. It's kind of like the common thing these days in musicals. They just do a whole new soundtrack. Obviously you got the little hints and throwbacks to the original, but tends to be a thing. I got what you mean.
Me and Kat saw Sister Act I think last year or something, and she hadn't seen it before. I had when I was younger, and it was just brilliant as it was back then. All the actors were spot on, and it was just and I forgot how funny it was. At least on this stage. Yeah,
it is a very funny musical. I'd say, if anyone asks me what my favourite musical is, in terms of comedy, I always say Book of Mormon. It's just hilarious.
That was the next upcoming thing. What's the best one?
I'd say Book of Mormon is up there. I feel like... Starlight Express. Because I booked that Amy for her birthday last year. and I know it's an old musical. It's been around since like, I don't know, the 80s or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'd never really been interested. I knew it was Andrew Lloyd Webber, so I thought, oh, it might be all right. But I'd only like heard one song from the, soundtrack in my life at this point when I bought the tickets for us. And I thought, I went in thinking, it'll be all right. Amy kept mentioning it, so I thought, she'll at least enjoy it, which is the main thing. And then I sat there and I watched it, came out, I went, that is the best soundtrack to a musical ever. It's the best musical I've ever seen, and love it. Yeah, and we're going again. I think she got it me for Christmas, just gone.
Oh,
I think we're seeing it in September time. Yeah,
great.
Because we've seen Penn and Teller the day before as well. So I'm excited for that, yeah. But yeah.
Poos.
Hey?
Your lucky poos. That you seen Penn and Teller.
I know, yeah.
Would have been great to see them.
It's rare they come to the UK, to be fair.
I know.
Don't know if they'll come again, you never know, but... Yeah, so I say Starlight and Mormon are probably my two favourite musicals, to go back to that.
Yeah. Well, I remember seeing Starlight Express when I was young, but I didn't enjoy it.
Did you not? It's updated so much from like what I've seen on...
Yeah, I think for me, them kind of rushing by you in the audience, when I was a bit more skittish, it made me feel a bit like, or when I was a lot more afraid of kind of actors type of thing.
Yeah. No, that's fair enough.
A bit like, so I didn't quite enjoy it that much. But if I went again, maybe it might be better.
Yeah, I mean, the production quality has changed so much. Like the Troubadour Theatre in Wembley, it's so good with how they've done it. Like you walk into just the foyer where, they sell the merch and stuff. And it's got loads of disco balls and neon bright lights. It's so immersive when you walk in. And then the theatre's the same when you go into the actual auditorium. And yeah, the lights and the production and the sound, it's so good when you're there. So it'll be a lot different than when you last saw it, I'd have thought.
Yeah. Obviously older now, so it might have different,
and
much
you're
more relaxed.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And you like trains.
And I like trains.
That's what it's all about in that musical. So what's not to like?
That's the thing. It's a train musical, so to say. But yet, when I was young, I didn't enjoy it.
Yeah. I think the story's kind of changed slightly over the years. I
can't remember the story.
Yeah. I mean, it's mainly about a kid who has all these toy trains, and then they come to life. And they form personalities and race each other kind of thing. And yeah, it's about them teaming up and racing each other. And then there's one main train called Rusty that always gets cast aside and not believed in. And he ends up saving the day. Well, not saving the day. Well, winning the race. So if anyone's not seen it,
spoiler.
Should have put that at the beginning, shouldn't we, really? Never mind. Yeah. No, it's a good musical.
Yes.
Very good.
I might see it again at some point.
Come with us in September. Come see Penn and Teller with us.
Cool, yeah. I would.
But no, there's not many, probably loads I haven't seen of musicals, but I've seen the main majority, I'd say. Yeah. But yeah.
Lion King is just brilliant.
See, that's not one I've not seen.
You've not seen it?
Yeah,
I've seen one you haven't seen yet.
There you are. That's a classic, isn't it? That's
a classic. It's brilliant. It's all done with puppetry.
I mean, we went to Disneyland, me and Amy, in January, and they did like a half an hour straight through version of The Lion King.
Yeah, that's a very condensed.
Yeah, it was literally just the songs. But it still told the story. So I've kind of seen it. But it weren't puppets as such. They were all dressed up in like the costumes.
There
weren't as many puppets, I don't think, but well,
when you get a chance, have a look at The Lion King.
See the proper version,
and you go, whoa.
I like the songs because I like Elton John. Like he's had some bangers in the past. Lion King I did the music for, and what was the other one? I'm going to kick myself, I can't remember it. He also did the music for another really popular musical. Oh, it just came to my head, it's gone again.
Moulin Rouge.
Well, he had your song.
Your
song, but he didn't write the music for that. Oh, it's going to really annoy me. It'll come to me, we'll move on. And if not, I'll have to Google it. Elton John. I swear it's like a recent musical as well.
Do you think they're ever going to do a Doctor Who musical?
No.
Well, actually, I just realised that they've been doing a Doctor Who Cabaret.
Yeah, because I think they showed a bit of that on West End Live a few years ago, And there was like a Silurian singing, wasn't there? If it's the same thing you're thinking about.
Yeah.
It looked dreadful.
It looked a bit odd.
Mm.
I know, everyone's got their own perspective on Cabaret and whatnot, but I don't think I'd rather enjoy it that much.
No. the best Doctor Who thing they've done on stage is Doctor Who Live back in 2012, whenever it was. Matt Smith after Series 5. That was amazing because you had, Ben Foster there with the orchestra doing the music, all rockified. An actual stage story with the Daleks and Cybermen and a load of aliens from what I remember. That was so good. And they never did anything again like it, apart from the proms, which is also a very good event that I missed so much. God, wish I could have gone last year.
Oh, it was amazing.
Oh, was it?
Should have gone.
Oh, no, I was working though. Because it typically fell in August, which is like my busiest month for the holiday parks, so I couldn't really go. Yeah. I couldn't turn the parks down because that's got to be the priority, obviously. But yeah, it'd been like, I think it was 2013 the last proms I went to when I went with you.
Yes, it was.
So that was what, 12 years ago?
Where you were on camera.
Yeah, I'm on telly for like 2 seconds.
You're on telly for a couple of seconds.
Wearing my fez, and I think I was wearing a fez or my bow tie. I went dressed up anyway.
Yeah, you were dressed as 11th Doctor.
Yeah. So yeah, that was the last time I went to the proms. They didn't do one ever since, did they? They did that Symphonic Spectacular.
Yeah, I think that's the one they did last.
Oh yeah, because I went with you to that as well.
Yeah, we went to that.
Yes, so we did that, and that was the last live Doctor Who music
Yes.
concert I went to. I wish I could have gone to last year's. I'm trying to do anything to listen to the Shepherd's Boy and 15's theme live. I'd do anything, but yeah.
Oh, it's great.
It's not to be, it seems for me. You never know in the future if they do another one. I was gutted when they weren't announcing it this year. Thought maybe
next year.
Maybe next year. Yeah.
When the show ends.
Oh yes. Well, apparently show ends this Saturday, doesn't it?
Saturday.
Show ends May 24th. Even though it's another episode the week after. But good old RTD writing that, innit? I'm enjoying the series though.
It is. It's good. It's got a nice backstory.
Yeah.
It's got a good plot. And they finally revealed who Mrs. Flood is.
Surprise, surprise! It was who everybody thought it was.
Yes.
But to be fair, I did like the reveal because I've seen loads of people slate the reveal after the latest episode. They were like, "Oh, why do it as a post-credit scene?" People might have switched off. But yeah, I liked it. It was good written the music.
Yeah,
Murray Gold,
it was good.
Aced it as always.
Yeah, Murray Gold's acing it as always.
Yeah, I mean he's reused a few themes in the last series and two, hasn't he?
He has. He's reused a couple, which is good, or slight little nods to previous adaptations.
Yeah, people have slated that, but if it works for the scene, it works for the scene.
Yeah.
Why not? He's a busy man.
He's a busy man, so much so there's no Series 10 soundtrack still.
I know. Come on, Murray, for God's sake. It should be coming.
Or a Series 1.
Yeah, or Series 1, yeah. I thought you meant Christopher Eccleston Series 1.
Oh, no.
Season 1.
Season 1 of this era.
Yeah, you can't keep up, can you? But yeah, he was Murray Gold was at a BFI screening, I think, the other week, and someone asked him, will we ever get the Series 10 soundtrack? There's probably no one listening to this podcast that gives a damn about this, but for us, it's a passion. And someone's...
It really triggers him.
Can you tell? Because I love my orchestral music and my soundtrack music, especially Doctor Who. Like 90% of my show music that I use in my show is Murray Gold, Doctor Who, because it's amazing. So much stuff.
It is.
But yeah, so back to the point. Murray was at a BFI screening a couple of weeks ago, and someone asked him, "Will we ever see the Series 10 soundtrack?" And he says, "Well, apparently," he says, "Yeah, I am." Working on it. In fact, I sent an email the other day to somebody regarding it, so it will come. So I suppose we can only take his word on it. And then hopefully we'll get the 60th specials, Season 1 and Season 2 at some point as well.
Yeah.
But for now, we'll just have to...
Wait.
And
listen to unreleased music and those that have been recreated.
Thank you, Hoovy Vortex. God, if it wasn't for him doing the whole episode music recreations, we'd have nothing. So
No,
there's
well,
some
there you go.
talented people on the on the
There are.
YouTube. I was going to say on the YouTube, on the internet.
There are. There's loads of talented people out there trying to recreate the music for those desperately waiting for Murray to release
Because
his music.
Yeah, because they've got no lives and nothing else to wait for.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. But now, yeah, doing a good season.
I reckon he may do another season 1 and 2 soundtrack, like what he did with season 1 and 2 of the last era.
Yeah, like a combination kind of thing.
With Christopher Eccleston and David Tennant, because that was a kind of mash of the two series.
Yeah, because when he did series 1, Christopher Eccleston series 1, he didn't have the orchestra or a choir. It was all done on just like a music software on the computer.
Oh,
so if you listen back to the soundtrack on some of the episodes, it's just pure software. And then for the actual soundtrack release, they got the orchestra and the choir in, and then he's had them ever since for the actual series going forward as well.
Oh, I see.
So there's a little fun fact for you.
Oh, I didn't realise that.
Yeah. Yeah, I love Murray Gold's probably my favourite composer.
Yes. He's up there for me as well.
I mean, you like Two Steps from Hell as well, don't you?
Yeah, well, yeah, I do. Although they've kind of split off a bit now.
Have they?
Yeah, they're doing their own kind of... They're still doing music, but they've kind of split off, so Thomas Bergson's doing his own kind of stuff, and then Nick Phoenix is doing his own kind of stuff.
Ah, fair enough.
Well, they haven't had a dispute or anything, but they just want to go their own ways.
Yeah, well,
which makes sense.
Yeah, they all do it in the end, don't they?
Yeah,
all these bands and.
Or they might do a comeback.
You never know. When money gets tight, they need some dosh. Yeah, they probably will. Yeah. I can't remember the last soundtrack I listened to from them. Probably that live one that you sent me when.
Oh, Two Steps.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think. God, I don't
know.
No,
I think that was their last public released album.
Okay, maybe I've listened to all of them then in the past.
You got the audience in there clapping away in the background, but it's that they've taken some of their old tracks and then kind of remodernized it, extended some of them as well, because some of them are quite short, like Heart of Courage, which is like 1.5 minutes long, and they extended it by a double.
Oh yeah,
which is good.
Makes you happy.
Yes,
good. That's the main thing.
Makes the advertising happier.
Yeah. True. What else can we talk about?
.oo?
.oo?
Oh, we pretty much have.
We have. Games?
Games? You're a gamer?
Yeah,
a little playing bit. Anything at the moment?
I'm going to sound like a 12-year-old, but Fortnite.
Fortnite.
It's like the only game I play, to be honest, these days. Split Fiction, as I mentioned to you yesterday, I want to carry on with. I got that. Me and my brother were playing it, and then work got in the way, so I've not played it for, like 2 months now, or something like that. But yeah, Split Fiction, but mainly Fortnite is the main one I play these days when I get time. Yeah.
I actually... actually paid for some V-Bucks as well last night to get a skin, which I was kind of really wanting to get. So I kind of had to invest a bit.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to have to invest some more time in Fortnite to make more use of it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I shall teach you the ways, my friend. We will get you a win.
Well, we can all hop on with Rob Lott and...
Yeah, it'd be nice
and
to
everything.
Play a game
or whatever.
Yeah.
Or just you and me, or whoever.
Yeah, just drop me a message, you know where I am.
Cool.
I mean, we usually message each other every day anyway, don't we, about something, so...
More or less.
Usually a meme or another soundtrack. Like,
meme, soundtrack, or take a look, listen to this.
Yeah, that's literally our friendship, isn't it? Just sending stuff on Messenger.
Sending music.
Yeah, because I'm based up north in the Midlands, and you're down south, so we don't really see each other that often.
No.
Probably about 3-4 times if we're lucky each year, which is when I'm just down here to do my shows nearby.
He rents out the room.
I rent out the room. Yeah, I thought you were going to say something different then. Yeah. Usual spare room to crash, which is very appreciated.
Always welcome down.
Thank you very much. But yeah, it's nice though being able to tour, because I do get to see my friends that I wouldn't usually see. Like my friend Sam that I mentioned earlier, he's down south, not too far from me, about an hour and a half away. And the only time I see him really is when I'm in the area, when there's a park nearby to him. Same with my friend Harry up north and stuff like that. So yeah.
Yeah, it must be quite good that you're kind of touring around and seeing different locations and everything. And
yeah, it is. It's a good way to see the country, especially like the Scottish Highlands, like driving through the mountains. It's amazing. With all the sights. Yeah, you get to see a lot of the country. But you do a lot of miles on the car.
I bet.
That's the only kind of down part. But, you know, if you get a good agency like I'm with, you a good agent, you kind of... They look after you. They put you in, like, the same area for a few days, so you're not going Devon, Cornwall, Newquay kind of things.
Yeah.
So, yeah, at least you're doing a few days in the same area, so that saves on the fuel and mileage a bit. So, yeah. A little tip there, if you want to be a live act,
get an agent.
Get a good agent. Yeah. I don't think there's any really bad ones. They all want to do the same thing. They want to get you work.
Yeah. And they want money.
Yeah, take the commission, which is fair enough. But like, when I was on the holiday parks as a host at that point with Pardine, and I was wanting to transition into this. You're a plane.
I heard a plane.
When I was wanting to transition into becoming a full-time magician, I asked the other magicians that were on the circuit at that point at the time, which agency are you with, or you like directly with the parks? And I just kept hearing the same name and agency like crop up time and time again. That's the best in the business for speciality acts for holiday parks. And luckily the person in question was travelling the parks as well as a vocal trio. So I got to meet him a couple of times when I was a host. I was like, hi, I'm interested in working with you in the future when I hopefully become a live act. I've heard you're the best in the business to work with. Would you be interested? And he was like, yeah, just send us your date sheet when you leave Pardine and we'll see what we can do. And yeah, it worked out and yeah, never looked back.
Yeah, good. Yeah. They take all the hefty, lifty, loady.
Oh yeah, honestly, you get a load more work if you get an agent, unless you kind of like known the people that are in charge of, booking the acts for parks. It's quite hard to get regular work from them. Where you get an agent that's got that reputation and contacts for years with that park and the person in charge of getting the acts for the parks, it makes life a lot easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet.
Yeah. What else? Anything you can think of?
What do you think's going to happen in the finale of Doctor Who?
Oh my god. I mean, they just released the promo image, well, some of the promo images for the next episode, where, spoiler alert, if you've not watched Interstellar Song Contest, switch off or skip for the next 5-10 minutes. In the promo pic for Wishworld this Saturday, the Rani is holding a baby.
Oh yes, I've seen the
white
shots.
baby,
yes.
And then
it's something baby related.
Yeah, space babies. But then, sorry, go on.
I heard the rumours about them possibly trying to reboot the Time Lords.
Yeah, maybe. But then in the other promo picture, you've got the Doctor and Belinda that seem to be married with a black baby that's Poppy, Captain Poppy from Space Babies. Yeah.
And Poppy appeared in the
Story in the Engine.
That's it. The Story in the Engine. Couldn't remember the title of that.
Yeah. So what's all that about?
What's all that about? And there's rumours that it's all to do with space babies.
Yeah. And people are thinking Poppy might be Susan in the future. Because in Empire of Death, the Doctor was, or Legend of Ruby Sunday, I think it was, the Doctor was saying, no, Kate says, oh, you've got a granddaughter. And the Doctor went, not yet. He says, well, but I will. But Time Lords, blah, blah, blah. And it didn't really make any sense.
Yeah, that makes it... just realised about that.
So I'm wondering kind of like, in Ncuti Gatwa's Doctor's head, he's not had a child to have a grandchild at this point in his life. But then he can't remember the fugitive life, can he? So maybe he has... I don't know. It just gets more complicated, doesn't it? As this bloody series goes on.
I haven't connected the dots of that.
Yeah. I really can't predict it. I do think, though, since Mrs. Flood bi-generated to current Rani, Mrs. Flood's just become very, subservient to the main Rani now. So I've got a feeling that she'll betray the main
betray
man
and help
the Doctor in the way
and whatnot.
Yeah, but yeah, I've got no idea where it's going to go.
But I'm sure Russell's got it under wraps.
Yeah, I'm sure too.
He's got surprises up his sleeves, and you know, well, you can do anything really.
Yeah. Do you think Shooty is going to regenerate at the end of the series? Because there's been rumours.
I don't think he will.
No, I don't know. Now that we know
he's good, he's too good to kind of let go.
Yeah, he really is. You know, now that we know it's carrying on for a couple more series in a couple of years.
Yeah.
Even if Disney drop out, there's no reason to him do any theatre work that he's got like for this August to November, whatever it is, and then come back to it.
Yeah.
To film next year.
I mean, there was a point, I think it was last year or something, where there was like there's normally like a 4-month gap or something, and I think Shooty just went off, did some theatre. He wanted to or something.
Yeah, that's it.
Which is completely fine. That doesn't mean, he's done.
Yeah. Because he is very good in the role now. He's found his feet, and I think it'd be a shame to let him go.
His acting is unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's believable to be unbelievable.
Yeah. I'd like to see Belinda stay on as a companion as well. Because the first few episodes she was brilliant in, but she's not had as much screen time since.
She hasn't. I don't really feel like she's much of a... she's kind of like just a convenience being there.
Yeah.
At the moment. She's
starting to feel a bit like Bill was to me in Moffat's era, where she had one season and then you forget about her.
Yeah.
Until someone brings her up. Well, she was great at the time, you know what I mean?
You know, it's not like Amy or Clara, who had a whole story arc and everything.
Oh, God, Clara, gee, I thought she was never going to leave. Ask my mate Anthony, like, he'll tell you, when we were at uni and we watched the episodes week by week.
What's all about Clara?
I couldn't stand Clara the first time watching her. Second time rewatching last year, or the year before, whenever it was, I grew to her and she was alright. But oh my God, when I was rewatching it with my mum a year or two ago, I was like, another episode, it's Clara again. It felt like
she was like Clara.
She was like there for 6 years, but it was only like 3 series or 2 series, but it felt like it dragged and dragged on her story. Yeah.
I think Moffat probably running out of ideas a little bit.
Maybe.
She's the impossible person.
I thought that's where Belinda was going, you know, with Mundy Flint from Boom. Well, it just turned out as a throw-off line, or one of your descendants. I met them. But yeah, I don't know where it's going to go, this finale. But I'd like to see Belinda stay on.
Yeah, more involvement from Belinda, or like she hasn't really had her own episode yet, has she? Really?
No, not standalone. Like, we've had 2 from Ruby Sunday now.
Yeah.
You know, series 1 we had 73 yards.
Yeah, Ruby was good as well, because she had a story arc about, you know, trying to find her mum and whatever.
Yeah, and what a disappointment that bloody arc was. Christ.
Oh, it's just a normal mum.
Well, yeah, like, why is it snowing around her? Just because the time was raw. Yeah.
Can she still do it?
Well, no, I think because the Doctor just had a throwaway line in the last season's finale. It was like, oh, the reason it snowed is because that moment was so raw that time split open or something like that from her. Well, why did she have a hidden song in it? What was the song about? Carol of the Bells. Why was she singing it? Just because it was playing at the church?
Unanswered stuff Cocker rants about.
Don't start me on rants, honestly, I'll not stop. But yeah, so Ruby had 73 yards, has her own episode pretty much, and then we had Lucky Day this series, which is the best episode of the series.
It was.
So far, it was very good. But yeah, we've not had anything like you say from Belinda really.
No,
like, to shine as much.
She's kind of been there in the machine one.
Story
episode.
in the engine.
That's it.
Yeah.
She didn't really have much to do. She was kind of like, oh, I'm just here in the TARDIS. Oh, he's been a long time. I'll go and check up on him.
Yeah, funny enough, with that, there was apparently, I don't buy them, but I watch YouTube videos sometimes on them. In the episode Story in the Engine, where the TARDIS was all red,
yeah.
In Doctor Who magazine, apparently they said something that's happening on this date, on the 18th of May, whatever it was, when it was filmed last year, is going to be massive.
Oh, the 8th of March.
Something like that. Yeah, it might have been that. Like, something to do with that filming date, which was when she was in that costume with the red lights on the TARDIS, is going to be massive for the future of Doctor Who.
Yeah.
I've not noticed anything that's changed.
I don't know. That's massive. Unless it was the same date, but they're filming something else on another set.
Maybe it'll make sense. Yeah, in the finale.
I don't know.
Because Russell has said like the finale is going to change the future of Doctor Who as we know it forever.
Really?
But yeah, he's got to hype it up, hasn't he, to get the viewers?
Yeah, he's probably overhyping it. I don't know.
Maybe it will. Who knows?
Who knows? We will see next week.
That's it.
When the finale is.
Yeah. I mean, we've got Wishworld and then Reality War, haven't we? So 2 more weeks. Hopefully it's better than Empire of Death from last series. It was okay, but
it was good, but it was
a lot of the plot points were just like throwaway lines and not the best. Have you seen the rumours for if Ncuti was to regenerate? Apparently, it's already been cast who the next Doctor is.
Oh, no.
Do you think we should mention it? Or should we
I don't know. I haven't heard anything about if he was.
If it is true, what I've heard, it's the most ridiculous thing ever.
He regenerates into Belinda.
Wow, that is one rumour.
Oh, really?
Belinda is the next Doctor. That's not the rumour I was going to say.
No.
But yeah, she's going to be like the next Doctor. Because you remember in the Robot Revolution, near the end, they go to the TARDIS and Belinda goes, "Is this your TARDIS?" But she's never been told about the TARDIS before. She doesn't know what it looks like, but she knew what it was called. I hope that gets revealed as to why she knew what that was.
Or continuity error.
Probably continuity. Yeah, it could have been a cut scene from early in the episode, and yeah, that's probably the most logical explanation. But it's Russell T Davies, so you know, maybe there's a reason and it was intentional. But yeah, the I probably shouldn't say.
I don't know. You don't have to say if you don't want to. I don't know.
The latest. You can always cut it, I suppose, or bleep it out for the audience. But
Sure.
I'll tell you.
Sure.
So yeah, the current rumor is that if Ncuti does regenerate, Billy Piper is the next Doctor.
Fuck off.
Exactly. Exactly. I know it would make no sense because of the reoccurring face. You can't do the Capaldi thing. Why do I know this face? Why did I choose this face? Well, apparently she's been cast, and I don't believe it, but. That's come from like a reputable source that's got a lot of leaks right in the past. Apparently.
No,
I know.
Rubbish.
Yeah, I know. I don't believe it, but
rubbish. She's busy doing other stuff.
But with Russell, it wouldn't surprise me though. But, yeah.
Rubbish.
Well, yeah, I just thought I'd let you know that's the latest. Now, how much you going to bet? How much you willing to bet?
Nothing. I just know it's.
Yeah.
It just it doesn't make sense.
Okay, here's a question.
Here we go.
If Ncuti was to regenerate, as a surprise regeneration at the end of the series, who would you like to see as the next Doctor?
Oh. I mean, there's loads of people out there who are kind of perfect for the role. Mm-hmm. Hold on, let me have a.
He's having a gander.
Hold on, because I know his face, but I can't remember what his name is. What's your idea? What's your?
I didn't think of this when I asked the question. Who would I like to see as the Doctor?
Adrian Lester.
Adrian Lester.
Him.
What's he been in?
He's been like The Hustle.
Never watched it.
He's been in the Doomsday film, Euphoria.
No.
Romeo and Juliet. A different one. He's been in the TV show I watched recently that I can't remember. Reginald Nell.
No, I must just have not seen anything he's been in. Fair enough. No,
he would be great.
Comment, really. Yeah.
There's
not seen him in anything.
There's a couple of others.
Yeah. Who would I like to? I'd like to see Matt Smith as the Doctor. Please bring him back. He's the best. I don't know. Who would I like? A name just came to my head. I don't know if it'd work. You remember Friday Night Dinner?
Yes.
You got Jim. Mark Heap.
Maybe.
Jim, the creepy neighbour. He'd be good. Potentially. You actually type in Jim, the creepy neighbour.
Well, you told me to...
If that comes up, that'd be hilarious. Friday Night Dinner!
There you go.
Are. Jimmy.
Oh, him.
Hello, Jackie.
Hello, Jackie.
Something smells nice.
There you go.
Yeah.
What, you want him to be the Doctor?
Yeah, he'd be good. Yeah, Mark Heap, I'd give him a chance.
I haven't quite seen a lot of him to kind of like...
Richard Ayoade, how do you say it?
Richard Ayoade.
Ayoade, that's
Or
it.
something.
He'd be good. But everyone always
He'll
says
be
that.
good.
Michael Sheen.
What about Alan Rickman?
Well, that's going to be a bit hard, isn't it?
I'm just looking
Then
at
again, with AI.
actors who could play the Doctor. Alan Rickman's
possible.
on there. Right, Brian Blessed.
Brian Blessed. Who else you got up there?
Come away, Daleks!
Ollie Alexander was rumoured, wasn't he? Near Jodie Whittaker. Eddie Redmayne!
Yeah.
But then he's very much like Matt Smith.
I'd love to have Eddie Redmayne. He's very much like Matt Smith.
Especially in Fantastic Beasts.
But he's too much into Hollywood.
Tom
Tom Hiddleston I'd love, but again, he's too much into Marvel, too much into the Hollywood side of things.
Yeah.
Emma Thompson, what she... Okay. Oh, no, not Olivia Colman. She can do one.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Oh.
The more I see of her...
She's getting on my nerves.
Yeah, the more I see her in like adverts and stuff, I'm like... I don't think she'd be a good Doctor. I mean, obviously she was in the 11th Hour.
Yeah.
And actually, she was alright.
I can take so much of Olivia Colman, but she's starting to get in a lot of films and TV shows and that lot, and keeps cropping up. Be like, hi again, you know, great, your acting's great, but it's kind of like a bit bland.
Bit rude, Ash.
Well, as in, it's kind of all the same kind of tone.
Yeah. She's a good actress, but depends on the role, I suppose.
She's in Paddington.
Yeah. So was Peter Capaldi.
Yeah, that's different though.
He was a very good Doctor.
Peter Capaldi.
It's Peter Capaldi.
Peter Capaldi.
Who else have we got? Who would I like to see? It's not been the Doctor. I swear these names when people ask me this in the past, I'm like, oh, they'd be brilliant. And now I can't for life of me remember anything.
Russell Tovey would be good.
Yeah, but he's in the spin-off, isn't he?
Yes, he's in the spin-off. So
War Between the Land and Sea.
Unless he is the new Doctor and he's in the spin-off.
Well, again, there's rumours that he's another Time Lord.
Who knows?
In the spin-off. But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I can't think of anyone, to be honest. I'm sure there's names in my head.
Yeah.
I just can't think of anyone. I'm just thinking of Coronation Street, because that's the only other TV show that I watch religiously. Yes, I'm an 80-year-old man inside.
Oh, I know who I'd love to be the Doctor. Danny Dyer.
Danny Dyer. Yeah.
Oi, Daleks!
Get back to the TARDIS, you
Get back to the TARDIS!
Yeah.
Or something like that.
That'd be fun.
Like proper, London accent. Or
Yeah.
That'd be hilarious.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I'd pick if I could choose. Yeah.
Anyway, I think we'll end it there.
Yeah. It's been nice chatting to you, Ash.
Yes, and you.
Yes. Hope you've enjoyed.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we've not been a bit too nerdy with Doctor Who. And
well, that's the point of just browsing.
That's it.
Is to just keep browsing on.
Keep browsing, just browsing.
Browsing on.
That's it.
That's the tagline.
What? Just keep browsing on.
I can't remember what I've put. It's something along the lines of that.
Great. Okay, so to end the video, just keep browsing on. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the official Just Browsing podcast channel. Ta-ra.
Ta-ra. See you in 2 weeks. Goodbye.
Bye. Thank God that's over.